Don't even look at it. I traded the gold open. Next week we'll probably go back to trading the gold open. It's working. All of a sudden, the gold open is working. It's worked all week, almost every day. This is Canadian retail sales. Yeah, if I turn on my webcam, I have a giant head. It's horrible. It doesn't, it looks so bizarre. I just haven't had time to mess with it.
10 seconds.
Here's Canada's retail sales on the right chart. They're expecting, what are they expecting? I don't even see it. 0.4.
0.6%, 0.6% higher than the forecast of
It's a little better than
0.4%. Core
expected.
retail sales
At one,
0.5%,
maybe a
0.5%
tick of
higher than
movement, if
forecast of
that, a
0.3%.
tick. I
Canadian
don't
retail sales
understand why it
month-to-month
doesn't
prior
move the
revised to
market.
1.1% from the original prior
It
1%.
moves gold more than it moves
SP 500 index
Canada.
features gains 0.5% to pre-market high.
It's absolutely crazy. It has no effect on their market. Canadian reports, they have fallen asleep. Almost all of them. Almost all of them. 90% of them just don't move markets at all. All right, we'll go back. Let me try and wake up. I'm really struggling to wake up this morning. It's been a lot
NVIDIA
of
is in
work
talks
this
to
week.
invest in
A lot
global
of
ETH
work.
infrastructure, according to the Wall Street Journal. So NVIDIA is in advanced discussions to make an investment
My
in global
gold
ETH
open, I
infrastructure.
waited a
The
whole
company
minute
that
though,
arranges power
TJ.
for data center
I
projects,
waited a
according
whole
to people
minute.
familiar with
If
the
you
matter.
look at the candle,
The
it kind of
transaction could be
sat,
announced as soon
and
as
then
this
in
morning.
the last
The people said
15
the exact
seconds, it
terms
moved
of the
down
deal
about
couldn't be
30,
immediately learned, but NVIDIA
40
is expected to
ticks.
invest several $100
It
million,
might not have even been
one of the
that
people said.
much. Um, but I stayed in for a whole minute. I was going to cancel. Maybe 20 ticks. 20 ticks. It hit my first target. It let me trail a tiny bit. A tiny bit. I wasn't dying, honestly, to get filled short because gold is up over $60 and it was higher then by,
We have posted
quite a
out
few
the Canadian
dollars.
retail sales June report on the feed for you to read through.
So I was thinking that the MNQ is going to test the
Order
high.
submitted.
Oh, I'm on the wrong darn chart. I'm not awake this morning, you guys. I am not awake at all. Not awake. Where did I just put a trade on? I could have sworn I just put a trade on. 69. Wrong account. That's not where I wanted the trade. I think the MNQ is going to hit the high. But now all of a sudden, it's set up. Let me just check. Welcome to the Pro Trader and Plus Market Opens Flash Manufacturing. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director. Please remember all the trades for educational purposes. All right, let's see if we can get a test of the high out of the MNQ. Otherwise, it's going to be a small loser. Not willing to take. I'm not willing to take much of a loss. Oh, for God's sake, Mom. Just below the previous candle. Whoa, below the previous candle. Is this going to be that kind of day where all my scalps fail? Now the scalp has definitely gone against me. Momentum's against me. Left chart. All right, the left chart. I'm going to add the trap trade first. Putting on the trap trade first. Well, I already have 3 setups on this chart. I'm going to get rid of the breakout. That was the gold open. The MGC magnet. I'm trading my 9 o'clocks with micro gold. All right. So I have a micro gold magnet set up. Remember, if it's enabled in the control panel, you can't see your editing, your inputs. turn off enabled and click apply, and then you can see them. MGC magnet, choose the account you're trading. The trap trade, the trap trade, choose the account. I'm sorry, I'm setting up the magnet. I'm half asleep. I'm choosing the account I'll be using in the trap trade. The magnet, two contracts, one position with a 50 stop. On the magnet, the only other thing I'm changing is the label. MGC magnet, and I've got the account that I'll be trading the trap trade chosen. MGC reverse continue. Position 1, two contracts, a 50 target and a 50 stop. That's pretty much my default. MGC reverse continue is the label, account properly chosen, and the trap trade. I'll load our template for the trap. Good morning, Nitin. Looking for the gold trap, 9 a.m.
So just keep an eye on the Dixie to see a little bit of a move towards the upside. No headlines at this moment. Of course, we'll keep you updated. No other moves in any other markets other than gold seeing a little bit of a decline. Get no
All
news
right,
at the moment. Of course,
we're
we'll
going to
keep you
load it.
updated.
Our trap trade, we're going to activate at 8:59:55. That's our activation time. The stop is 40. Tier 1 is 35. Tier 2 is 60. It's labeled Trap MGC. Choose the account that you're trading it in. Let me fix my reverse continue and put that in the right account that I'm trading in. I'm watching the MNQ, see if we get a little bit of a test to get to the high. I accidentally, I didn't really want it in that account, but it's in that account. So let's see if we can get a push to the high. Partial test because I want to set up for the next trade. I could put my RTY chart on as we get ready for the opens. Where are all my charts? Let's go. Push up. Push up. Like I said, I'm only willing small stop. Even that's a big enough stop. Momentum is working against me. It was on my side when I entered this trade. Gold, gold's down $10 since we got here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that it's down $10 since we got here. The markets are pushing down for whatever reason. They decided not to make the high. So it's gonna stop me for about 70 bucks. And then I'll trade the gold trap trade in that same account. Try and make it back. Let's look at that gold, micro gold chart on the left. So my granddaughter, who's a twin, broke her nose, and we thought she was going to have surgery, and we're so happy she doesn't have to have surgery. Oh man, when a little kid gets injured, it is so traumatic and upsetting. She was running at the park. I wasn't there. Thank God it wasn't when they were with me. My kids would kill me. She was running and just fell and hit her nose on a park bench and broke her nose. I had a couple of really traumatic experience. I had a traumatic experience when I was not little. I was a teenager playing hockey, roller hockey, and I got my braces knocked out with the butt of the hockey stick. That was pretty traumatic, and it killed my front tooth. For the next year, my front tooth died and turned black. It didn't get knocked out. The braces got knocked off. My front tooth died because it got pushed behind my lower teeth. The doctor tried to save it by pushing it back. And that whole year they called me Blacktooth. There was a Soupy Sales character in his TV show called Blacktooth. And I had a black tooth the whole year because the tooth died till I got it fixed. Anyway, that was traumatic. But I was older then. She's only 4. She is so swollen. I never saw a kid so swollen. I thought for sure she'd have to have surgery. All right. Waking up here, waking up. Left chart, gold trap trade. Let's look at the setup one more time. I have a reverse continue on that chart. Position 1, a couple of contracts. Target of 50 and a stop of 50. And I have the account chosen that I'm trading it on. All right. Then I've got the reverse continue chosen. 2 contracts. Yep, 1 position. Also 50, target 50, stop. Make sure you label your setups. MGC reverse continue. All right. Not sure if I'm trading the gold breakout. Just hasn't been working for 2 weeks, really. Not well. Not well. And then our trap trade setup. Trigger at 859.55. Stop is 40. Tier 1 is 35. Tier 2 is 60. Label it trap MGC. Choose the account you're trading. Apply it and OK it, all your setups. So now I have all my setups. The trap will get turned on first on that chart, so you make sure you can see the cancel outer tier button. Cancel outer tier. And then we have our MGC magnet and our MGC reverse continue. All right. Now, I guess I'll give this MNQ trade a few more minutes. I need the chart. If it'll go up and give me a profit, or just let me move my stop to safety, I'd be happy. If it'll burst up a little bit, test the high. I'm going to move my stop to, not yet, not quite to safety. I might just exit this. I don't want to exit when I really think it's going to test the high. Now gold is pushing up, which is good. That's good. Let me get to safety just to break even. All right, we're at break even. Let's get our target. All right, go up, test the target. I really think it's going to go. Okay, I'm not going to trail anymore. Let's see if I could survive. Push up. Come on, push up. If it takes me out, at least it's not a loser. I accidentally traded it in the wrong account. I mean, it's not a big deal. This account, I trade lots of trades in. RTY is looking like it wants to make a new high also.
Order filled.
All right, so small winner, chicken dinner. We're ready on the left. So you have to decide, do you want to trade the gold breakout Nitin, what do you think? You taking the gold breakout? You trading the gold breakout? TJ, how'd you get a gold signal? How'd you get a gold signal? There's no level test. Were you using ARS now? ARS standalone? ARS standalone? There's a great signal on ARS standalone. But how long ago was your magnet running? Magnet targeting? Oh, regular gold. I'm not on regular gold. So the view out may be in a different place. All right. Okie dokie. I got my chart back. All right. I have my chart back. Let's make this middle chart, the MNQ chart, is also going to become a gold chart. So remember, we have to make sure that our names of the chart, MGC 1226, don't interfere with the names of our other micro gold chart. So I'll put a number before the setup. So we do have a gold breakout, but let's go over our setups and just rename them. The magnet, I'm going to trade it. Where am I going to trade the breakout? I hate the way the breakout's been working. So I'll trade the breakout in my eval. In my eval. So I had a crazy thing happen. So that'll be MGC, but the number will be 43, number of the account, MGC magnet. So it's not labeled the same as our other charts magnet. Apply it. And then we'll name the reverse continue 43 MGC reverse continue. Make sure everything's on 43. Make sure our magnet is on 43, even though we don't trade from 43. Now, our breakout, add news trader, click news trader, double click it. I'm going to add my template. I'll show you the 9 o'clock breakout. The 9 o'clock breakout has not been working. So
According to Yemeni Armed
I'll
Forces,
trade it on the eval,
Houthis
but I'm not
Yahya Sarrir
looking
is to
forward
make an
to it.
announcement at 4:30 p.m. Tehran time
I may
regarding
just watch it
targeting of
in sim, to
Saudi-backed
be honest.
mercenaries with Rogam drone.
It really hasn't. It's been stopped almost every day this week for me. Gold, and we're retesting it. So it's not working. When you get a trade that clearly isn't working, stop trading it. Just take a break from it. Even if only for a couple of days, reset, create new spike sheets. You don't have to trade it. There's no law that says we have to do it. If the testing is appearing not to work, then take a break. It's all right. Take the break. Nothing wrong with that. Where is my setup? There it is. All right, right click the setup. We're going to rename it. And we're going to load it. So our setup has been, our bracket is way smaller than I think it probably should be. The trigger time I like, 8:59:55. Target of 20, target of 35. The stop of 30. Now micros, I would use a stop of 50. Full size gold, we use a stop of 30. That's a big stop. It's 300 bucks. Full size gold is $10 a tick. Micros is only $1 a tick. The bracket at 12 is the real issue. That's the real issue. That's what we found was working pretty well. It was working very well with a 30 stop on micros. On micros. That's what worked. The minute we started trading it live, it stopped working. No joke. It literally stopped working the minute we started trading it in the room. We the testing was good and it
So it'll be
never
9 a.m. Eastern
translated
time when the Yemen Houthi
into trading.
spokesperson
And
was to
that
speak.
happens. It's not common that you get testing that doesn't translate. It's pretty rare. Usually the testing holds up. I didn't put my time on 0. Let's put the time on 0. Normal time trigger is 8:59:55. And let's put it on 0. Please, Gaia, everybody, watch me. Correct me when I make a mistake. I'm half asleep. I'm so tired. As the Beatles would say, I'm so tired.
Order submitted.
I
Order
haven't slept
canceled.
a wink. I'm so tired. All right, I'm setting up a bracket,
Order
testing the
submitted.
width of the bracket for the trade.
Order
I
canceled.
like it a little wider. Look at that crazy volatile candle print. That gold is that is crazy. That's volatility. I also have to optimize my trading computer. I feel like my trading computer is a little bit sluggish. So I need to optimize it over the weekend. Get ready for next week. Next week we have Nvidia. That much I know. Maybe Broadcom. I didn't check the earnings on Broadcom when they're coming out. Let's set up our RTY. So the question is, trade the 9 a.m. breakout or not?
Order
That's the
submitted.
question. Trade it or not?
Order canceled.
I'll trade it one more time this week in the eval. The truth is, it's got to be retested no matter what. So I'll trade it in sim. You know, Jackson Hole, if my notes are correct, there's one amazing trade that might come out of Jackson Hole. Let me take a quick look. Hold on. Oh man, we missed so much money last year. If it was Jackson Hole, that's what I have to check. Okay, I'm not going to be able to check now. I have to do some research. The gold breakout. It's a 9 o'clock trade. Trigger 8:59:55. 8:59:55. I'm gonna watch it. Ah, screw it. Trade it in the eval. Trade it in the eval. So I was starting to tell a funny story before the webinar yesterday. Sometimes you just things happen. You're flying, the cursor's flying around on the screen. All of a sudden, you're looking to test an entry. All of a sudden, before the webinar, I'm in my eval. I clicked, turned on a trade just to look at magnets. I hit the wrong strategy. I'm in a long trade at the end of at the market close because I was getting to the presentation room early. I was down like $300 on the day. Wound up with a $600 profitable trade by accident. Nitin, I gotta look at my notes and see what caused the trade. I think it was Jackson Hole. It might have been the other. There's another economic meeting also. That's important. So I gotta find the notes. I gotta find the notes. So the breakout, put the time back like we did 8:59:55. I'm using that bracket of 12. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. The stop is 50. Target 1 stop move is break even. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. And I'll trade it in my eval. All my setups are in my eval. Who's going away next week for the holidays? Who's going away for the holidays? Now I want to set up my RTY real quick. We have 5 minutes. I'm going to do a quick RTY setup and then I'll go back over them again. Right click, strategies, news trader, reverse continue, 1 position, 35 target, 35 stop, RTY reverse continue on the label. Choose the account. That's setup number 1. Apply it. News trader, RTY number 2 will be load our range trade. Change the breakout to a range trade. Right click today's date. Load it. Now I'm not going to spend time going over it right now. I'll go over it in a little bit. Make sure it's labeled RTY range. 35 on the stop. Target 1, 10. Target 2, 20. I'm not trading it now, so I'm just getting them on the chart. That's all I'm doing. And the magnet. 1 position, 35, 40 stop. We don't trade from the magnet anyway. Label it RTY magnet. And that may change. We may do more trading from the magnet. When everyone has the new version, everyone will have new defaults that are safer. Right now I'm just putting my RTYs on the chart. Don't worry about the RTY. All right. Why am I rushing? When you put them all on the chart at once, they are all together in the control panel. It makes for a little bit less confusion. RTY, RTY, RTY. That's why. Now, I'm not even going to turn them on. So gold
It's about 3 minutes ago to
is
expect to
selling
hear
off
from the
now.
Evan Houthi spokesperson.
Let's make sure we're on the right
Again, this will be in
chart,
regards to
right?
the
Our
Rogov
gold
drone strike targeting
trap
Saudi-backed forces.
is on account 69. Our reverse continue and our magnet are on 69. And our other micro gold, the breakout, is on our eval. All right, on the eval. So the eval, literally, I almost lost the account yesterday and now it's back over 51. I really recovered it well yesterday. Yep, you got Warsh instead of Powell. I have to just look at my notes, honestly. I hope I can find them. It's a year later. What's the other? It might not have been Jackson. I think it was Jackson Hole. It may be that it was just an opening statement. That's might what it be. That might be what it was. The opening statement by Powell, which, as Nitin is saying, was bullish. Now, we are going to change probably this gold breakout. I think a bigger bracket. A bracket of 15, which isn't that much of a difference.
Effective Fed funds
Turning
rate
off the
unchanged at
breakout. I'm
3.63%
just
August
upping
20th.
my bracket to 15. And then I'll turn it back on. All right. Just a tiny bit bigger bracket. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think we're either going to get a whipsaw or a move in one direction. I think I'd rather get filled long, but this market is showing a little bit of a propensity to want to give back some of the money,
Order
some of the
submitted.
bullishness. Very choppy. It's gonna looks
Order
like a short.
submitted.
Just hit the first target and I'd be quite happy. Trap, we've been giving the trap 4 minutes or so to fill. Yeah, this is going to stop us.
Order
We
canceled.
can't, this breakout trade just doesn't work. It just isn't working right now. Gold's a little bit too volatile. So we got filled on our first order on the trap. So we have our second order. We can't do anything at the moment because there is no reversal. Okay. The question is the stop big enough? Is the stop big enough? You're in a trap trade. When you get a fill, your opposite tiers now become your
Canadian
targets.
Minister in charge
They're
of US
often
trade
very
ties will
big.
meet with US Trade Representative
Now we
Gray at
only
10:30
filled one
a.m. Eastern
tier,
Time today,
so I
according to
may
Canadian
get
statement.
ready to cancel my outer tier if this reversal starts to set in. Right now, I can't move my stop to safety, so I have no reason to cancel that outer tier. If price decides to go back up, it'll fill the outer tier, and then we can worry about moving our stop to safety if the reversal takes place. Our breakout on the other chart can be taken away. Uncheck the breakout, right click, remove it. We don't need the setup. All right, and we don't need that middle chart being gold anymore. That can be our YM chart. So while we're watching the trap, our middle gold chart looks like it's going to fill that second tier. Turning my middle chart into YM 0926.
Voice news disconnected.
And I'll change my magnet to a YM magnet. 2 positions, 1
Order
position.
filled.
All right, we got filled on that upper tier. Now I'm watching for a reversal. I don't know if we're going to get a reversal on this gold trade. Now, normally I would bring my targets up a little bigger, a little smaller. They're pretty huge. If we don't get a reversal, we're going to get stopped. That's how it works. All right, so if it really looks like it's going to reverse, then I'll expand my targets, right? Expand a little bit.
Time since key port infrastructure was damaged before the regional war started in February.
If I can get my stop to safety, I will, okay? It's very choppy, very choppy. The concern here is gold is $67 bullish, right? Funded account, if you put it break even, it'll probably stop us out. If it breaks the wick, it might be worth getting in the reversal here, moving the stop to safety. I'm not ready to get stopped out yet. I'm going to put my stop above the market structure here. That's where I'll leave my stop. It won't be a very big stop if it doesn't work. And I think if it starts to reverse, we could expand that target a little bit. Now I'll go to top of the candle. Whatever happens now is going to happen. I'll leave my targets. I will trail a tiny bit if it keeps going. Trying not to trail too much. YM chart. Let's watch. If it breaks the wick, I'll trail a little bit. Break the wick means goes past the bottom of the low. If it pulls us out here, it pulls us out here. It's just too bad. It's, we're working against a huge trend in gold. But we did have a pretty gigantic sell-off half an hour ago, right? Pretty big. Pretty big sell-off. We're looking for a wick, a break of the wick, and I think we're going to get taken out.
Order canceled.
All right. It is what it is. All right. It is what it is. So now we got to get ready for our regular opens. Let's just get everything ready. Change your gold trap chart if you're not in the trade anymore to MNQ 0926. All right. First things first, YM in the middle. Let's get a magnet on right now. I had a magnet from another setup. We're going to modify it. The correct setup. Position 1 is a 1. -3 target 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 2 is 15 ticks. Stop is 40 ticks. Target 1 stop move. BE for break even. All right. Label it YM magnet. We could call it YM open magnet. Trading in my eval. Apply it, and I'm going to save it as a template. Save YM open magnet to contract. Today's date. All right. And I'm going to not okay it yet. Let me think. We're going to put our YM range trade on. Click News Trader. Going to load the template for the YM range trade, the opening range. Same as the RTY opening range. Remember, these are opportunities. These are not all trades you're definitely going to take. Right-click it, rename it, today's date. These are opportunities. The trade we're definitely going to take on the YM is either a magnet or the range. We decide by what the market is showing us as an opportunity. It's labeled YM range open. Put it on the account you're trading. The setup, scroll up to range start time 9:25:00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. End the range at 9:30:00. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10 ticks. Target 2 is 20 ticks. Stop is 35. And target 1 stop move is BE. Apply it. Okay it. And we have a YM range set up. Now, turn on your YM magnet. Turn on your YM reverse continue, which we didn't put on yet, did we? Nope, let's put it on. We didn't modify our reverse continue yet. Let's make sure. YM reverse continue, 1 position, 35 target. I'll do 2, 1 position, 2 contracts, 35 target, 35 stop. And I'll label it YM reverse continue. And it's in my eval. So NQ is selling off. Our YMs are set up. All right. And I'm going to turn on my high of day, low of day orders. I don't think we're going to get to the low. I do not think we're going to get to the low at the moment. All right, at the moment. My entry is going to be around 15 on the YM if we get a test of the high. We're up 300 points. The question is, why is the market selling off? Because Iran is sending missiles all over the place. We are in big trouble with this war. That's all I can tell you. If you follow intelligent people that know a lot about military campaigns and what's going to happen here, we are in big trouble. Plus, it does appear that we are not disclosing all of the military damage we have suffered to our supply lines, all sorts of things. Nobody knows what the truth is because the government is hiding things. Makes it very complicated to know what's going on. Usually you have the press embedded in your military. Now you don't have a press anymore. Virtually the existing press, the mainstream press, they don't do their job. They're useless. They're not, most of them are not even a press, unfortunately. It's not that they're fake, it's that they are not doing their job. They don't ask the right questions. They're just not doing their job. RTY, put it on the account you're trading on. But let's get our MNQs set up first because we have the 925 trade. Our YM reverse continuum turning on, and we do have our YM magnet. If we think this market is still bullish, then I would let the YM test the high. I will not let it test the high this early. I'm waiting for the open. What might be a more interesting setup is a VWAP or a PP target with the magnet. So in a few minutes, let's set up the MNQ and we'll make a decision. Think about the YM. First, we have setups on our MNQ chart that we were using for micro gold. We can remove the trap. So highlight the gold trap and remove it. We can change the gold magnet into an MNQ magnet. The orders at the moment are off. Position 1 is a 2. We'll do a stop of 100. Label it MNQ magnet. Apply it. And where are we going to trade our MNQs? Funded. We'll use the account we always use. And then we'll put our reverse continue for the MNQ in that account. Label it MNQ, reverse continue, put it on the right account. Everything is on the same account on the one chart. If you have 3 setups on a chart, the account should be the same in that chart. You're not trading all the setups at once. You're taking the opportunities as they come. On our reverse continue, I have 2 contracts, position 1. 100 on the stop, 100 on the target. Target first, stop second. And then we already labeled it. MNQ reverse continue. We chose the account, so apply it. Now we're going to add our 2 breakouts. Our 925 pre-open. Double click News Trader. I'm going to load the template. Pre-open we call it. Pre-MNQ new. We're going to right click it and rename it today's date. Go up to the top. It's a breakout. We're triggering normally at 9:24:59. I am setting it to 0 because I'll check my brackets. Position 1, 2, and 3 all get a 1. It's a 3 position trade. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Target 3 is 65. And I'm going to make target 2 on my stop move. Our stop is 50. Target 2 stop move is going to go to break even. Let's see if we can hit target 2. Then we'll move our stop to break even. Label it pre-MNQ. We're going to test the bracket. The time is on 0. Apply it. Okay it. Spread the chart a little bit so the brackets aren't on top of each other. Make sure your chart trader's in sim so you see your test.
Order submitted.
There's our brackets.
Order
Very
canceled.
good width for trading. Go back to the strategy, highlight strategies, highlight the breakout, put the time back to 9:24. 59, the bracket's 30. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is 35, target 3 is 65, stop is 50, target 2 stop move is break even. Label it pre-MNQ, choose the account you're trading. Apply it, and then we'll put our 930 trade on. It's another breakout. I'll load the template. Not going to configure this one until our 925 trade is over. That trade is set up. The idea on the 925, we say it every morning, exit before the open unless you're in a winning trade and you're trailing. Then you'll pass on the open and keep making money. MNQ new open. Right click, date it today, 8/21. We date all our templates so we know how we traded the next time we come in the trade room. We're going to leave it on sim. We're going to put it on the account right now in case we don't have time to configure it. So put it on the account that all the other trades in this chart are on. And it activates at 9:29.59. It's a 30 on the bracket. 20 target 1, 100 target 2, 125 on our stop. Target 1 stop move is break even. All right. Make sure it's on the account. Apply it. Okay it. And now our chart trader can go to the trading account. And we will turn on our pre-MNQ first. Then our MNQ magnet. Then our MNQ reverse continue. All right. Make sure your clock is out of the way. And now let's go over the RTY, which we never went over. All right. RTY, we set them up before very quickly. We have a range trade. That's the main trade. We're absolutely trading it. So double click News Trader. Change your breakout trade type to a range trade. The range end is 9:30.00. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. Target 1 stop is BE. And the stop loss is 35. Scroll down. The range start time, 9:25.00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Check show range graphics on chart. Label it RTY range. Choose the account you're trading. Apply. Check your magnet or the magnet. Check your magnet on RTY. Position 1 is a 1. Stop is 40. Label it. Everything else default RTY magnet. You can also put it on the account. All your setups are on for this chart. And then our reverse continue. Highlight that. RTY reverse continue is the label. Choose the account. Position 1, whatever number of contracts you want to trade. 35 target, 35 stop I use. And then label it RTY reverse continue. Apply and OK. And we have 3 setups for our RTY. Turn the range on first. That trade I'm definitely taking. RTY range. At 9:25, it'll start calculating. RTUI reverse continue. Turn the magnet on second, reverse continue third. Looks like the YM is going to test the PP, doesn't it? Is the market going to push down on the open, or is it going to test the high? Is it going to test the PP before the market opens? If you want to target the PP, you change your high of day, low of day to manual entry price. Target ticks, you turn to PP. Get your order down to the PP. You know, approximately where you want to get, not approximately, exactly where you want to enter. If price heads down to the PP now, and you make it automatic, we'll get filled. All right. I'm not dying to take a short, but the market is selling off. The NQ has given up a tremendous amount. So it might be worth the risk to let the YM test the PP, if it will. NQ, it's quite amazing, this sell-off. Now my charts are spread wide. It looks wider than it is. It's still 300 ticks. 300 ticks. The YM, my feeling is these markets are insane. I have no idea this morning, honest. You know, the RTY is pushing down, the NQ is still pushing down. Let it test the PP. Let's see if it tests the PP at 925. Might just trade the market range, the YM range this morning. What's going to happen here is at 925, our MNQ is going to trigger. That's what's going to happen. $9.45. We do have Flash Manufacturing, a pretty mediocre performing report in years. It's been forever that report has just not been behaving itself very well. It doesn't have an instrument that trades similarly every month. That's the problem. Inconsistent instruments, inconsistent results. We have two trap trades, and probably makes sense to micro them instead of major. It is Friday. It is a report that has not been great. Did anyone trade the British reports? I didn't even look at the British or the Euro on the overnight French. It's Flash Friday. Did anybody look at the Flash Manufacturing overnight? I didn't look at the charts yet. Those trades, you know, look, when reports aren't working, we now say it on the DMM. We never used to say that. You know, we used to leave it to people to interpret the DMM on their own. But now, look, when we do testing and not a single recent report offered up a profit, I think we need to say it on the DMMs. So the question is, on the YM, go for the magnet high of day or let it test the PP. If you think the YM is going to continue filling more of its gap, then the PP is a good test. So we can watch, and you can not put it on auto, and you can make the decision as the price gets close. You don't have to decide by making
Order
it auto.
submitted.
Here's our
Order
925 bingo.
Order filled.
All three targets instant short. That was great. Beautiful winner. So now we're turning off. It turn off the pre-MNQ. Remove it. We don't need the setup. And we have our 930, so we have time to modify it to check the bracket. Highlight the breakout, put the time on 0. We already set it up. Put yourself on sim. Put the chart trader on sim. I'm just checking the bracket. That's all I'm doing. So I want to make sure I can manage the trade. That's why I do that. Breakout MNQ
Order
open.
submitted. Order
See, that's
canceled.
too tight. I want it spread apart. It does make it appear more volatile when it's spread
Order
apart, though.
submitted.
But it makes it easier to manage the trade. Now I'm going to highlight the breakout, go back to strategies, and put the time back to 9:29. Put your software back on, right? Choose the account you're trading, apply it, okay it, and put your chart trader back on your trading account. And turn on your trade. I'm thinking this morning I'm going to trade the YM open range. I can still trade the magnet when the range is over. All right. I'm not dying to take a short, even though this market clearly is short. I'm thinking. We have our PP test set up. Let it do it. Let it do it. Let's see if we test the PP and then we can put on. See, I love the idea of putting on the range. Then we can do a magnet after the range. So that's what I'm doing. Putting on the range. Turning off my magnets. If it tests the PP. Now, I didn't do anything yet. I can still turn it on. If all of a sudden we get a push down, right? Now, MNQ is pushing up, but it made hundreds and hundreds of ticks short. YM has upward momentum. So let's trade either the high of day, low of day, right? Or the range. So I'm going to turn on the YM range, watch the magnets. We can always put the magnets on after the range trade is over. So it's a pretty big range on the YM, but you do, shrink the chart reasonably. Watching for our 930. Finally, the markets are changing direction a little bit. Knitting your MGC was the trap trade. That was very patient. Now, very quickly after the open, we have to pivot to flash manufacturing. So we're not going to have time to screw around with signals this morning. We have to pivot right to flash manufacturing. So right after the open.
One minute to go now to get the market and open imbalance data.
It was a nail biter. I don't know why that's funny, but it's funny. It looks like the YM. Nah, I'm not going to say it. I was thinking maybe it's looking like it wants to go back up. Frankly, I don't know how these markets can go up at all with the world in the situation that it's in. There's going to be no diesel. It's such an unbelievable problem, and I don't understand why the world's ignoring it.
10 seconds.
They're not ignoring it in Europe. 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Most interested in
Order
the
submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Market on open imbalance. S&P 500 buy side 1
Did we
billion.
hit our first?
Nasdaq
I don't
100
know
buy
what
side
happened. We're going to get stopped.
213 million.
It would be
Dow
a
30 buy
miracle
side
if we go long here.
388
A
million.
miracle.
Max 7 buy side 174 million.
This is going to stop this morning. I'm not making my
Order
range
submitted.
bigger. I'm just not. Now we got filled on the range on the YM. It looks like it was an instant winner. All targets on the NQ. The RTY, it hit my first target and then immediately went short.
Cloverleaf is
And I
traded for
can't
NVIDIA
get the
DSX
stop to
platform and
safety.
AI
That's
sites.
the problem.
So
I
NVIDIA
can't
takes
get
minority
the stop
stake in
to safety.
Cloverleaf.
So it's going to be a small loser if
Cloverleaf
we get
targets
stopped,
gigawatt scale AI factory build out in the US.
which is a shame because it hit the first target, but it all happened so fast.
Order filled.
All right, so it's a small loser on the RTY. The MNQ, the market opens were nuts. Instant winners, all targets, like in less than a second. So I'm getting rid of the MNQ breakout. That's going because we have to now get ready for flash manufacturing. The YM
Order
is in the
filled.
range trade. It hit the first target, moved to break even. So if it
Order
decides, so
filled.
it pulled back, hit target one and reversed. I'm getting rid of my RTY range, or I'm going to leave the RTY alone. I'm probably not scalping on that chart. Let's turn off everything for a moment. Take a breath. Except for RTY, we're done with all of our ranges. YM was a winner. M and Q won every trade so far this morning. Funded account. All right. Now, flash manufacturing. I recommend the micro setups because this trade
Crypto
is
stocks
just
jump
too
as
difficult.
Bitcoin prices rise over 5%
Hasn't been
to the
behaving.
highest level since May. Coinbase Global up 5%.
So here's what we got. Here's what we got. We have an MES. Look at the NQ. This would have been a fun morning to stay in the markets. MNQ is going to test the low, it looks like. But look, we have a traditional trade. We have to do what, there's only so many setups you could do at once. Yeah, Calvin, I'll make videos of that for sure. James, it was so fast I couldn't get to break even on the RTY. It just couldn't get there. It all happened so fast. The stop never got there. It was less than a nanosecond. All right, MES on the left chart, 0926 for flash manufacturing. All right, MES looks a lot like the MNQ. Our setup, first we'll convert our existing setups to MES. So we have a magnet. We can leave everything the same, just change the stop to 40 on the magnet and label it MES magnet. Choose the account you want to trade, all right, for this report. I'll trade this report with MES in my eval. Even though the MES is the best setup, I don't trust this report, to be honest. So this MES magnet on the eval. Apply it. MES reverse continue. Two contracts, one position, 40 on the target, 40 on the stop. Label it MES reverse continue. And put it on the same eval, same account, apply it. And now the trap trade. Double click it. We're going to trigger 944.55. Our stop is 30. Tier 1 is 20. I'm worried that our tiers are too small. The market's much more volatile than we thought it would be. So
10 minutes ago, to be the US S&P
on the
manufacturing
eval,
PMI
I'll
flash
just trade the
forecast
DMM as is
53.9
because it's
unchanged
the
from the prior,
eval.
with a range of 54.5 to 53.4.
20 on tier
Services
1,
PMI flash
35 on
forecast
tier
54
2,
prior
30
54.6,
on the
with a
stop.
range of
Label
54.5
it
to
trap
52.4.
MES
Composite PMI forecast 54 prior
and then put it on the
54.5, with a range of
account that you're trading.
54.5 to 52.6.
All right. I'm in my eval on it. Apply it and OK it. Put your chart trader on the account you're trading. All right. And turn on your trap trade. To keep things clean and simple, I'm turning off the RTY. We can watch the RTY on this report. So I'll just leave on the RTY the reverse continue. In case there's an opportunity on the RTY, I might take it on the news, okay? But on the MES, turn on your trap first, then your MES magnet, and your MES reverse continue. All right, so our MES is ready to go. The middle chart now becomes MGC 926. Sorry, 1226. MGC 1226. We have a gold setup, gold trap trade. I would increase the tiers. Gold is so volatile today. Here's what I would do. First, we're going to change our magnet to an MGC magnet. High of day, I'm going to leave it off. 2 contracts. -3, target 1. Position 2 is a 0. Target 2, -3. There is no target 2. I'm only targeting 1 position. The stop is 50 on micro gold. It's just a magnet, really for signals. And I'll trade this in a funded account. Label it MGC magnet. Right? MGC magnet. Apply it. Reverse continue. We're going to turn that into an MGC reverse continue. Same account. Label it MGC reverse continue. Position 1 is a 2. Target 1 is 50. Target 2 is 50. All right. Apply it. And then our trap trade. We don't need the range. I'm going to remove it. Turn on the trap trade. Double click it. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. 944.55 is our activation. The stop is 40. 50 on the DMM. I can live with that. We can always shrink it. Tier 1. $30. 55 on tier 2. Label it trap MGC. And the account we're trading on, where did we put our golds? On 69, where we traded our RTY. Apply it. Okay it. Make sure our chart trader is on that account. All right, everybody clear on the setups? Calvin, the problem is you have to be honest, right? I wouldn't be honest if I said that's the way it is every morning. Most mornings we have to manage it, right? I'm going to get rid of our RTY range setup, right click it and remove it. Less confusion. I'll turn on the RTY magnet. If we get a signal, I might be interested at some point. RTY high of day, low of day orders could be interesting. Okay. Probably lows of day. 9:44, we have this trade. Let's get our news, if we can get the news on. See if I have enough time to get our news up. Otherwise, I'll keep it open on the side. Flash manufacturing.
5 minutes
It's a
ago to
very
get the US
difficult
S&P
time for a
manufacturing PMI
report.
flash forecast
It's not a
53.9
good time.
unchanged from prior.
9:45
Services PMI forecast
is probably the
54 prior
worst possible time
54.6
for a news
and composite
report,
PMI flash forecast 54 prior 54.5.
just by nature. On the MGC, let's turn on our trap, our magnet, and our reverse continue. All right. Okay, so we're ready. We're in the right account for gold. The worry on the trap and this news is gold may go and test the high, and that will kill the trap. That will kill the trap. I'd rather we go down on the news and fill us long, okay? Now, remember, make sure you can see your cancel outer tier button, so turn on your trap trade first on your trap trade chart, okay? Because we have a trap MGC, we have a MGC reverse continue, and an MGC magnet. You'll see the cancel outer tier button if you enable your trap trade first. Okay? Enable your trap trade first. I'm probably going to pay closer attention to the gold trap because that's a funded account and I am eval on my ES. Okay? Calvin, I totally get it. Anybody have any questions? Everybody good? So no webcam today. On YouTube because I can't figure out why I'm just an oversized photo, an oversized picture. I got to check the settings. So we have 2 minutes. Last month, I did pull out some videos. Quickly, the last flash manufacturing. We were trading MNQ, trap, and gold. Trap orders. All right, we were trading MNQ. Needs to be a little wider. MNQ in the middle. Pretty gold big tiers. Gold filled immediately. You could see gold filled instantly and reversed gold immediately. Cancel the outer tier. So gold was a quick winner. To safety. Last month. Gold was a quick winner. We're right on top of the trade, so that's why I'm not showing the video. Very long. So yesterday's webinar, I thought it was pretty decent with Ninja. I thought the webinar went pretty well. Francis, thank you for coming. And who else was there? TJ, thank you for coming.
1 minute to go now till we get the S&P
I think Kenny was
manufacturing
there.
PMI.
A bunch of you came, and thank you for that. It's really great to do those. Ninja has really been nice to us. Really, no complaints. With Ninja as a broker, as a software vendor, they have really treated us well. Nitin, were you there? I couldn't see everybody that was there. So clearly, thank everybody. I thank everybody for coming. It helps us. When we get more people showing up, they'll let us do it more often.
10 seconds.
That's the key. So anytime you see us advertising a webinar, even if you don't want to go,
Order submitted.
register. It helps us. I know
Order
nobody
filled.
wants the emails.
53
We got
spot 2,
filled
53
instantly.
spot 2, lower than forecast, 53
Both
spot 9.
orders
Services
going.
PMI, 56 spot 8, 56
I'm moving
spot 8,
my
high in the
stop because
forecast,
I'm
54.
funded here.
Composite,
Is it
56, 56, high in the
reversing
forecast
to the
of
upside
54.
like I thought? I thought it would. Right now, if it goes back down, I don't care. I'm in profit. In my funded. I would have liked to have made a little more on it. Look at the ES. We didn't get filled. We didn't get filled. My feeling is cancel the ES. Well, yeah, the reason being
Further
it
detail into the
moved
70s
down
business
first,
growth
not
accelerated
very
sharply
far.
for a
It's
second
just not
successive month
moving
in
very
August
much on
to
the
reach the
ES.
fastest since April
I would
2022.
cancel the ES.
Surge in
It's now
service
the
sector
news is
business
out.
activity helped
We're
offset
not really
a market
moving
slowing
from
of
the
growth in
news.
the
We're moving
manufacturing
from the
sector.
market.
The latter blamed in part on
If
reduced
it goes
inventory
down and
building,
fills me
supply
up,
delays.
see,
Supply
that I
times
would let
lengthened sharply
happen
again
because the ES is
to one of the
bullish, but
greatest
it's been a
extents seen over
minute.
the past 4 years, contributing to a further build-up of
It's been a minute.
uncompleted orders across both
The
manufacturing
news is
and
slightly
services.
negative.
Also from the report,
Services
says
up,
jobs were added at the
manufacturing
fastest
down.
pace since the
Mixed
start of
news,
the last year,
canceling the
as
trap.
increasingly
Order
confident
canceled.
companies took
Canceling
on
the
more
trap.
staff to meet higher demand.
Get rid of the
Business growth
traps if you're out
expectations
of them.
struck a 9-month high,
If you're
and
out of
price
them,
pressures meanwhile
get rid
moderated,
of them.
especially in terms of selling price inflation,
Okay, now
though
we
input
have
cost inflation
scalps
remained elevated
available on
thanks
the
to
ES,
principally
MES.
to high energy
Got a
prices.
signal. Do you want to take a long on the MES? Momentum is up.
Order submitted.
Take a small scalp.
And the
Are we going
report
to
is on
test the
feed
PP?
333.
Maybe. Let's see. Stop doesn't need to be huge. Can shrink it below the market structure. Below the VWAP is probably good. RTY I'm not going to scalp because that's my funded, an important funded account. So we're still a little negative on that account. My gold is on that account. Is gold going to go back and test the high? You know, we had a pretty big sell-off on the ES. We should get a little bit of a push up here. The news is not terrible. Manufacturing was tiny bit down. It wasn't bad down. Not horrible. Still well over 50. Composite was good. Services were good. Bullish. But the trade's not working. That's the eval. ES in the eval. All right. Made a couple of bucks in the trap on gold, and you can see gold's not making really a commitment to move after the report. I'd rather put the MNQ on the left chart. Maybe we'll get one or two more trades with the MNQ after this ES trade is over. I'll stick around till 10. The big question is gold going to retest the high? Is it going to retest the high? RTY is like very quiet. I'm going to get rid of my RTY. Turn off the magnet. Turn off the reversal. Let's make the RTY the MNQ. 0926. It's going to test the low, and I don't have the right setup. Looks like the MNQ wants to test the low, doesn't it? Now, be careful. Look at momentum. I'm not rushing into it. Not going to rush into anything. Momentum's the wrong way. So let's set up the MNQ reverse continue. 2 contracts, 100 target, 100 stop. 100 target, 100 stop. I'll trade that in my eval. scalp. I'll scalp in my eval. MNQ reverse continue. So let's get really crazy and make it 3 contracts. We'll go for broke. Apply it, and we'll turn on a magnet. The magnet, I'm just watching signals. Change the account to the eval.
10 minutes to the top of the hour, give the Eurozone consumer confidence flash. Forecast minus
Turn it
16,
on.
prior minus
RTY.
15.9.
It's not the RTY anymore, but that's our magnet. Reverse continue. There we go. Now the magnet, we had high of day, low of day. I don't think we're getting there. I'm looking more for scalps, not for high of day, low of day at the moment, so I'm turning it off. Looking for scalps. See if we get a signal. We won't get a signal because we didn't test the low. So the question is, are we going to get back to the low? That's the question on the MNQ. Let's move our MNQ into the middle. Why the MGC will pull over here. MNQ in the middle so we can see it better. All right, we don't need our news anymore. So is the MNQ going to
Order
go short?
submitted.
I think so. Is it going to test the low? I think so. Let's go. Test the low. ES is not working. It's just not working. It's not going to go up, I don't think. I'm thinking of ending that trade early because everything is negative. So I'm going to shrink the stop to nothingness. Let the ES end if it's going to end. You have a short signal.
Order filled.
Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you're wrong. Expand the target. Get to safety. Now let's see if we get a trail beyond the low. All right. Break the wick and I'll trail more. Well, I don't want to get stopped before we get to the low, but I'm halfway there. Don't hit me. Excuse me. Hit the wick. Expand the wick. Expand the wick. Nope. It's going to take me. Never know. Expand the wick. Now I'll trail more aggressively as it gets closer to the low. All right. Now I'm trailing more aggressively
Order
because,
filled.
all right, look, we wound up positive in our eval for the day on that trade. That was the extra contract, and getting a little bit of a trail on that made us positive for the day. Let's recap. The only account that's not positive on the day was our RTY. The RTY grabbed us for $100. Our trap trade was a scalp for 45, so we're down 55. Let's recap. Both MNQ funded account trades, both winners,
NASDAQ 100
had a nice
turning
profit
negative,
in a
SP 500
funded
pairs gains to
MNQ.
0.3%.
RTY stopped us. YM range hit target 1 and reversed. Okay, that was eval. Eval, we traded a couple of gold trades, etc. MES giving a short signal. That might make more sense.
Order submitted.
Take a short in the MES. Stop above the VWAP. All right. Let's manage that trade. So now you can get to safety if we can. Yep, we're in safety. So now bring the target to the low. Let's see if we can manage this for more scalped targets. Break the wick and I'll move my trail. Otherwise, I'll leave it. But I might enter again. It's chopping. Quite a bit of chop. Break the wick and I'll trail more. Otherwise, I'll be taken out with a small profit.
Order filled.
All right, let's watch. I still think it's negative.
I'm
The
just going to have
market
to get
is
the
still bullish,
Eurozone
though.
consumer confidence flash forecast
From
minus
6
16,
p.m.
high minus 15.9.
MNQ made the low. There's going to be a signal. Possibly. We've been getting such weird candles, such weird pulling off of lows that it's hard to know if signals are going to get generated. And it makes for very large stops because we're so far off the low now. It's a big stop. That's why you don't always want to take an automatic signal. If your stop is too big, it's painful. If it doesn't work, you don't want to give all your profit back on a scalp, right? And it does feel these markets are negative. The world's in a mess. There's no denying it. Our country is in trouble. There's no denying it. Walmart getting punished on their earnings. Walmart has been overcharging people all their meat. Most of their meat is way off on weight. They're profiting by robbing customers because their weight is not honest. There's a guy online creating a new consumer organization, weighing the products at Walmart, and they are cheating the customer over and over and over. If you follow his videos and agree with what he's doing, it's clear that Walmart is cheating everyone. And there's going to be a big boycott against Walmart also. I don't shop Walmart. I have one near me. I never really cared for the company. Never cared for the way they managed the stores. They always had really bad service. But they're another one of those companies that treat their employees pretty poorly. So I don't shop there personally. But supposedly they have good food prices, but they're cheating everyone. It looks like, it appears that they're doing a monstrous amount of cheating. Monstrous amount. And Domino Sugar was caught with a 2-pound bag being way less than 2 pounds. They came out and they changed the bags. They didn't admit they did anything wrong, but they changed it. Now their bags are weighted properly. It's not fair. If you go to the supermarket and buy 2 pounds of sugar, it should be 2 pounds. It's only fair. No one is asking for free sugar. We're just asking to be treated fairly. It's all we want. Check your food. It's interesting. Go and wherever you shop. Kroger was caught cheating people also. In particular, you know how you go to the deli department and they have prepackaged stuff, like you go grab some Swiss cheese and
Iranian
it's
Navy
prepackaged.
commander
You
speaking
don't
to
get
Arab
it from
News
the
says the
deli.
enemy will not be allowed to approach Iranian
Very,
soil.
very often that is under way less merchandise, way less food. It doesn't match the pounds that they say is in there. That's where they're one of the places they cheat like crazy. Now that's a different issue, Calvin. The
1 minute to go to
shrinkflation
get the
issue
Eurozone consumer confidence
is a
data.
different issue, right? They charge the same for less. That's another whole way of they're cheating us. But the big issue is food. You know, if you want to rant, our food supply is completely unsafe. Forgetting, I don't mean unsafe with diseases. They're just poisoning us nonstop. Nonstop. Probably 90% of the companies are poisoning us, causing all of the diseases for everybody. All you have to do is read. I mean, you don't have to be smart to see the truth. The truth is they're using forever chemicals that poison us. It's just that simple. That's what they're doing.
10
It's on the
seconds.
labels. You'll see they're going to start taking it off the labels now. That's going to be their next step. That's how they're going to deal with fixing it. They'll just take it off the labels. But the chemicals they put in the food, it's an outrage. It's beyond outrageous.
Still waiting.
It's very hard to eat healthy. Forget whole foods. They're now bioengineered food all over the place at Whole Foods. Whole Foods was bought, I believe. Which place did Amazon buy and destroy completely? Whole Foods. Now it's just a horrifying supermarket owned by Amazon. You got to check labels. You got to check who's poisoning you and who isn't. And it is a shame because some things taste so good. So good. You just want to eat it anyway. Even though it says bioengineered. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just watching, folks. I was going to stick around till 10, see if we could grab another trade. I want to thank everybody on YouTube. Aldi's got caught, Calvin. Aldi's got caught in the cheese department, where they prepackaged the cheese. They were way underweight. I shop at Aldi's. I love Aldi's, but they got caught overcharging. Absolutely overcharging. They're a German company, I believe. Overall, pretty good with the products they sell. Very good pricing on a lot of stuff. They have some good stuff, and they have some stuff you have to be wary of. Again, you got to read the labels, see who's
Minus
poisoning
15
you and
spot
who isn't.
5,
Which
minus 15
companies?
spot 5. That's higher than forecast.
Some
Or minus
companies,
16.
they just poison you. The major food companies, you could figure if it's Coke, if it's Pepsi, if it's General Foods, if it's the major companies, you can Driscoll's, you could figure they're poisoning you with insecticides. Here's the funny thing that I saw online about Driscoll's. Driscoll's has blueberries, poisoning and organic. Their organic blueberries are safe, and their regular blueberries are filled with forever chemicals and pesticides. Pesticides. They know how to produce safe food, but they choose not to. So don't buy the poison. But it's very difficult. Very difficult. Where are you going to go and get food? You know? It's hard to shop at a local farmer's market for everybody. That's the best choice if you don't grow your own garden. Watching the ES, see if we're going to get that test to the low before I get out of here. The MNQ is doing it again. I didn't want to go to the well again. Scott Besson, someone should make Scott Besson shop in a supermarket because the man is a complete buffoon. Nothing that comes out of his mouth is true. It's not true that only energy is inflationary. I mean, how do you listen to these people? How can you possibly listen to these people? All they do is lie nonstop. It never ends. Never ends. Inflation is out of control. We know it. We know it. Anyway, I'm going to have a heart attack. Thanks everybody on YouTube for watching today. Really appreciate it. We'll see you Monday streaming. Check your food labels, people. Try to eat healthy so you live a long, nice life. I'll see everybody on YouTube Monday.